sessions which are going to be held in this hall, hall number 1, and also in the main building. And there are 15 women are involved either as speakers or as conveners, rapporteur, or co-chairpersons. So there are close to 20 women are involved in the main program of this conference. This is a unique feature. The conference has arranged a Southern Dairy Ministers Conclave tomorrow at 5:30 p.m., in which 3 ministers from the southern states are expected to participate and brief us about the progress the respective states have made so far in the dairy front. Today afternoon, we have a CEO panel discussions, and the discussion is going to be focusing on the theme of the conference, that is innovation and entrepreneurship in Indian dairy. So each CEO is going to tell us how their organization or his organization or her organization is supporting the dairy industry in innovation and entrepreneurship. There are 3 more important aspects of this conference. One is a souvenir. Is normally all the conferences we just bring out a souvenir. But there is one coffee table book which we are bringing, which is a signature book, which is going to give the history of the 50 dairy industry conferences so far held, right from 1964. The first conference, as Dr. Satish mentioned, was under the chairmanship of Dr. Verghese Kurian, the father of White Revolution. We have technical sessions which are carefully coined by the team of experts and has a battery of practitioners and entrepreneurs who have done exemplary work in all fronts of dairy. Besides academicians who has rich research experience supporting innovation in the industry. The Dairy Expo in hall number 1, 3, and 4 has 220 stalls showcasing the equipment and machinery for the startup and grown-up companies. I thank VA Exhibitions for their efforts in covering number of companies in the expo. Now, whenever you just registered today, a sling bag has been provided to you. That's for the convenience. It has got a pad, it has got a pen, it has got a program schedule, it has got a sweet provided by Heritage Foods. It also has a sweet by Pula Reddy. I thank them for giving the sweets. And the kit will be, a specially made kit is available. It's available after 2:30 by the side of this hall. Whoever has registered, you can just collect in the afternoon. I hope the 50th Dairy Industry Conference will address your knowledge thirst through various technical sessions, and also it will just support your taste buds through sumptuous Hyderabad cuisines, especially biryani. Please enjoy your stay in Hyderabad and get back safely to your residence. And sincerely thank the Team 50th DIC for the continual support extended to me for organizing the conference. And also I should thank Dr. Satish, who is the chairman of the Dairy Industry South Zone IDA, and also President Dr. R.S. Sodhi of IDA for their support. God bless them. Thank the God Almighty for giving us the strength and wisdom to effectively and efficiently steer the conference with all your support. Thanks to one and all. Jai Hind.
Can we have a huge round of applause for C.P. Chalsa, the Secretary General, 50th DIC. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the presidential address. Can I call upon Dr. R.S. Sodhi, sir, who is the former Managing Director, Amul, and the President, Indian Dairy Association. Hearty welcome, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar. Good morning. Today in the 50th Dairy Industry Conference, Honorable Deputy CM of Telangana, Shri Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka ji, Krishi Mantri Shri Tumalla Nageshwar Rao ji, Dr. Minesh Shah, Chairman NDDB, Shri Per Cristiano Brazale, President IDF, Dr. Dheer Singh Ji, Director NDRI, Shri Adhar Sinha Ji, Additional Chief Secretary, Mrs. Lakshmi MD, Vijaya Dairy, my colleagues from the IDA, the Vice President, Shri Arun Patil Seman Khosla Saab, Shri Satish Kulkarni, Shri Rajeshwar Rao Ji, Shri CP Chal Ji, and Shri R.G. Chandra Mogan Ji, who is going to get the Lifetime Achievement Award. And also, I'm extremely happy to welcome the main contributor and also the associate of Dr. Varghese Kurian during White Revolution 1, Dr. R.P. Aneja, Mrs. Aneja also. He was a secretary NDDB in 60s, 70s when Operation Flood was being implemented, and he was involved in that. All the managing directors and CEOs of all the cooperative and private dairies, all the Central Executive Committee IDA members, milk producers, Pashu Palak Bhai Bahan, board of directors, different जो भी cooperatives हैं and private हैं. So it's my privilege that I'm addressing you on behalf of IDA. So first of all, on behalf of Central Executive Committee of IDA and on my personal behalf, I'd like to thank and welcome every delegate to these 3-day conferences where we have brought together right from milk producers, milk processors, academicians, marketers, scientists, the equipment suppliers, testing suppliers, packaging industry, the whole veterinary science, doctors, whole value chain of dairy is sitting here. And I'm very happy and welcome all of you. And also like to congratulate all the winners of awards who are going to get it. And also simultaneously like to thank the IDA South Zone and Telangana chapter for organizing this, especially at Hyderabad after 35 years. Like Mr. Satish mentioned, 35 years back, 36 years back, our milk production was around 49 million metric ton. Today is 231. So 4.5 to 5 times in last 35, 36 years. And that time per capita consumption was only 164 gram. And today it is 460 gram. And also we are very inspired that time Dr. Varghese Kurian, any IDA conference, what we were always waiting for the address of Dr. Varghese Kurian. And then when in Hyderabad last time, Dr. Varghese Kurian was there. About the IDA, already the anchor Sharmila has explained. I'm going to tell because whatever time slot has been given to me, what is Indian dairy industry, why we feel very proud of it, what is the future, what are the challenges, and what is the responsibility of all the members of dairy value chain of India. It is known that we always feel very pride about our dairy farmers who has made us India's #1 milk producing country. We are contributing 24% of world milk production. But if you go by the milk solids, because buffalo milk has got 25-30% more milk solids, so you have to add 5% more. So in that way, 29% of or 1/3 of the milk production. And coming to the South 5 states, it is contributing 21%. But let me tell you, sir, I was going to the data. Animal husbandry, all the South states are big contributor. In case of poultry, 56% is contributed by only the 5 states. So we expect in dairy also that much growth comes here. Coming to the dairy total value chain of production, the latest data which has been released by the Animal Husbandry Department, Government of India, the total GVA, gross value is around 14 lakh crore. Out of that, 10 lakh crore is milk, around 3 lakh crore is the feed, and 1 lakh crore is the dung cost, biofertilizer. So that is the industry value. It is the biggest industry, not only in agriculture side, the total. Any industry you take in India, no industry is as large as it is, and that is also come out of the latest data released by the NSSO of the National Household Consumption, where they measure what is the consumption of each household in India. And in that, food, which contributes around 46 to around %, milk is the highest. I mean, on an average, Indian spends 375 rupees per month per person. It is higher than any other sector: cereals, fruits, vegetable, education, fuel, energy, textile. You take any sector, milk is the largest or biggest industry and also fastest growing. And I think for this, credit should go to our milk producers, to our milk processors, and the whole value chain. What is the status today of dairy industry? We all know, which may be good for us. Milk, as far as the milk or milk product prices are there, last 1 year more or less stable, there's no increase. Feed prices also in the last 1 year more or less stabilized. We are more or less at the same level last year. But one area of worry is in some parts of India, especially north, west, and east, the price being paid to the farmers is around 4 to 8 rupees lower than the previous year. I appreciate that most of the southern state prices are still holding same, but that is the matter of worry, that in India, the farmers are getting 4 to 8 rupees lower than the previous year. So that we have to see how to ensure. The international also prices are now going up. Last 7 months, prices have gone up by 30%. So that is also good sign. You see, we all are in the food industry and we have to see what is happening to the food industry, what consumer is eating. So we are very happy that consumer is shifting more from the carbohydrate-based diet to more animal source diet, more packed, more fresh, more local regional brands, and also more small SKU, because demand is coming from the tier 2 and 3 cities. So future is for animal source proteins. So that is what we are. Now, a lot of people ask me, what is the future? भविष्य क्या dairy industry का? तो मैं उनको बोलता हूँ कि if you want to see the भविष्य of dairy or future of dairy, only दो ही चीजें देखिए, only 2 things. One is 140 करोड़ पेट और उनके ऊपर की पॉकेट में कितना पैसा है. And fortunately, both of these things are growing. Number of stomachs are also growing from 140 to 165 crore in another 25 years. And the prosperity is also growing. So more money coming, consumer is spending more and more milk products. So that is very good. And we are very happy that government of India also recognized the budget allocation for all the animal husbandry schemes are also increasing. This year is 4,500 crore. I think you must have heard. Recently, Animal Husbandry Minister announced 29,000 crore rupees for Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Fund. And also just 2 days back, digitally integrate the 30 crore farm animals. Bharat Pashudan app has been launched. So all these things coming. What I expect, then another 7 years, the investment in dairy processing will be around 60,000 crore, around 40,000 crore in the backward integration, collection, etc., and another 60,000 crore in new animals. So total 1,60,000 crore in next 7 years, the investment dairy sector, which is going to create 72 lakhs new jobs. So what are the challenges? I'll just shortly finish. There are many challenges, but I'll talk about 2 challenges. One is the mindset of policymakers, media, and average consumer. And what is that mindset which we need to change is from food inflation to food prosperity, from महंगाई to आमदनी की increase. Generally what happens, any food or agriculture produce or milk prices when increase, everybody reports it as inflation, but nobody says it is an increase in income of milk producer. So that is what we have to make aware policymakers, media, that it is not food inflation, it is food prosperity. The other thing is we have to make is, see, for the country like 140 crores, we have two things are very, very much required is the food security and the livelihood. So whatever planning we are doing, we have to do it. Now next is, you see, reasons for India such a tremendous growth all over world is, I think everybody recognizes the very, very efficient value chain right from milk production to the milk consumption. So one side farmers were getting good price for the milk so they continue to produce. The other side consumer continued to get good milk at a very, very affordable price so they continue to consume more. So it was a win-win for both associations. But now time has come because we are producing a lot and farmers want to produce. So we have to see that how, without increasing too much of price to the consumer, we can increase the income of farmer by reducing the cost of production. The biggest challenge dairy industry today facing is how to reduce the cost of milk production, how to reduce cost of per liter milk production, how to get more milk from each animal, how to reduce number of animal, and for that, the breeding and the feeding innovations and practices are needed, which National Dairy Development Board and Government of India is taking many steps. No doubt we are also other challenges, fake products. I mean, you must have read recently the McDonald's news item where they were selling the fake cheese, artificial cheese as a dairy cheese. They have been caught by FSSI, which has been reported everywhere. Other is that because India is the biggest industry, every country wants to dump the cheap products, but we are very happy. You must have read that in latest WTO round at Abu Dhabi, our government of India has supported the farmers. They have not allowed cheap imports or subsidized imports in India. Not only milk, all the agriculture community. And lastly, I'll request all the dairy industry that if you want dairy industry to grow and farmers and consumers feel happy, we have to see how to reduce the gap between what farmer gets and what consumer pay. I remember about 10, 12 years ago, farmer price and consumer price difference used to be 4 to 6 rupees. Then it became 10, 12, 14, 15. Because we say that 70% or 75% should go to the farmer. So please see how we can ensure that whatever consumer is paying, at least 70, 75% goes to the farmer. So that is the area where we need to be there. And other area which I think the GST, each of our farmer is paying around 6 rupees per kg GST on the milk because the ghee is taxed at 12%. So that is why we request all the, especially the south states, because there it used to be more the local tax. So that's why the 12% GST has come. While concluding, let me tell you one slogan I saw on the internet. Let me tell you. So that tells you the importance of dairy sector, importance of food sector. It was written because we always talk about farmer. No farmers, no food, no future. If we are talking about future, if farmers is not, food will not be there. So if we worried about future, we have to take care of our farmers and our food. Thank you very much.
For that wonderful insight, can we hear a huge round of applause for the President, R.S. Sodhi, sir. Thank you very much. And now is the time we release the souvenir, for which I request Dr. Rajendra Kumar, sir, the former Dean, Dairy Science College, Manuthi, Kerala, and the Chairman of Souvenir Committee to facilitate the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister to release the souvenir. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to witness our Chief Guest, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sir, Sri Mallu Batti Vikramarka, sir, release the souvenir in the 50th Dairy Industry Conference happening in Hyderabad almost after 35 years, ladies and gentlemen. This brings for an auspicious moment and occasion here in the presence of all the dignitaries and our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sir, Government of Telangana. We are all set to release the souvenir of the 50th Dairy Industry Conference of Indian Dairy Association. There we go, that is launched. And can I hear all of you put your hands together. As we celebrate the 75 years journey of the dairy industry, and as we celebrate the 50th Dairy Industry Conference here in Hyderabad, it now calls for a moment where we all are witnessing the 50th Dairy Industry Conference, a souvenir presenting to all of you by our dignitaries and Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, sir, and Honorable Agriculture Minister, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for this. May I now call upon Ms. Dorothy for the awards distribution.
Awards 2024. Recognizing Excellence, Indian Dairy Association's Lifetime Award. The Indian Dairy Association annually wishes to honor individuals who have made outstanding contributions to the dairy sector. One of the most proposed highest accolade conferred by the Indian Dairy Association is the Lifetime Achievement Award, a prestigious recognition reserved for individuals whose exemplary dedication and achievements have significantly impacted the dairy industry over the course of their careers. IDA Lifetime Achievement Award 2024 presented to Shri R.G. Chandramohan in recognition of his outstanding contribution to Indian dairying. Let's give him a good round of applause. The IDA's Lifetime Achievement Award is being conferred on Shri R.G. Chandramohan, Chairman of Hudson Agro Product Limited, from a little ice candy unit that he set up in 1970 with an investment of rupees 13,000. He has grown HAP into India's largest private dairy enterprise with a net sales of rupees 7247 crore in a year ended March 31, 2023. HAP is unique among private sector dairy concerns. Not only does it procure its entire milk directly from 4.5 lakh farmers, but more than 90% of the company's revenue come from the sale of branded consumer products. These include Arokya pouch milk, Hudson curd, Arun, Ibaco ice cream, HAP and Havia chocolates, and Santosa cattle feed. It makes HAP a truly business-to-farmer, business-to-consumer company. Shri Chandramohan's company, apart from not engaging any bulk vendors for milk procurement, has also eliminated an additional layer of super stockist clearing and forwarding in its distribution value chain. All its products are today marketed through a network of 3,700 plus exclusive HAP daily distribution stores. HAP ensures product quality not just through the village level, but also through a number of insulated tankers. IDA is privileged to bestow Shri R.G. Chandramohan its award, recognizing his outstanding contribution to India's dairy industry and touching the lives of lakhs of farmers, consumers, employees, trade partners, and investors. There are times when human efforts surpass the limits of imagination and create the unthinkable. The first element of the memento is a copper rectangle. Copper represents conductivity and hence an upward movement, growth, and energy. The second element is the upward pointing triangle. The third element is the semicircular silver shape representing the udder. The udder is a symbol of motherhood, stands for nurturing, fertility, and abundance. The IDA Trophy is a work of art that draws upon the rich philosophy of ancient art for the unmatched contribution of IDA towards human lives. I request him to say a few words.
Respected Deputy Chief Minister, Agricultural Minister, Mr. Sodhi, IDA President, Mr. Minesh Shah, ADDB, and dignitaries on the dais. It's a great honor and a privilege to receive an award from esteemed body of IDA for the Lifetime Achievement Award. I am humbled by the award. Thank you, one and all, for the award being bestowed on me. I dedicate this award to our 11,000 employees who have made it today what the Hudson is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We continue with the list of awards. Patronship 2024, Shri Ajay Kumar Khosla. Shri Ajay Kumar Khosla has been chosen as the recipient for the IDA Patronship 2024 in recognition of outstanding services rendered by him in furthering the cause of IDA and the growth of the Indian dairy industry. Shri Khosla's journey in the dairy industry spans close to 5 decades, during which he has exemplified dedication, innovation, and leadership in every endeavor. As CEO and director of Mother Dairy, he was instrumental in taking Mother Dairy from one product, one location organization to a multi-product, multi-location organization. His 2-decade-long association with the IDA has benefited the industry immensely. The patronship is a fitting tribute to Shri Ajay Kumar Khosla for his exemplary role in the development of the dairy industry and his numerous contributions to its progress. Dr. C.S. Prasad. Dr. C.S. Prasad has been chosen as the recipient for IDA Patronship 2024 in recognition of outstanding services rendered by him in furthering the cause of IDA and the growth of the Indian Dairy Association. In a career spanning 36 years, he has held several positions. His major research contribution has been development of area-specific mineral mixture based on deficiency in different agro-eco-zones. He has published several research papers in reputed journals and authored several books. The patronship is a fitting tribute to Dr. C.S. Prasad for his exemplary role in the development and growth of dairy science and the dairy industry. The Fellowship Awards, Dr. K.S. Ramachandra. Dr. K.S. Ramachandra has been chosen as the recipient of IDA Fellowship 2024 in recognition of outstanding services rendered by him in furthering the cause of the IDA and growth of the Indian dairy industry. With a career spanning over 40 years, Dr. Ramachandra has emerged as a notable professional specializing in animal nutrition. This fellowship is a fitting tribute to Dr. Ramachandra for his exemplary role and contribution to IDA and the Indian dairy industry. Shri Aditya Kumar Premchand Jain. Shri Premchand Jain has been chosen as the recipient of IDA Fellowship 2024 in recognition of his outstanding services rendered in furthering the cause of IDA and the growth of the Indian dairy industry. Shri Jain joined NDDP as Assistant Executive and has significantly contributed to the work related to a number of things in creation of nationwide database on milk quality parameters. The fellowship is a fitting tribute to Shri Jain for his exemplary role in the development of the dairy industry and his numerous contributions to his progress. Shri Ramesh Kumar Shuk. Shri Kumar has been chosen as the recipient of IDA Fellowship 2024 in recognition of his outstanding services in furthering the cause of IDA and the growth of the Indian dairy industry. Presently, he is the Vice Chairman of IDA North Zone. He is also the Joint Secretary and the Founder Life Member of NDRI. This fellowship is a fitting tribute to Shri Juk for his exemplary role and contribution to IDA and to the Indian dairy industry. The Best Women Dairy Farmer Award 2024 to Srimati Lima Roslin. Srimati Rima Loslin has been selected as the Indian Dairy Association South Zone as the recipient of the Best Women Dairy Farmer Award 2024 in recognition of her contribution to the growth and development of the Indian dairy sector. She is the recipient of also a number of awards and recognitions. The Best Women Dairy Farmer Award is bestowed on her. Srimati Nitaban Dipbai Lok has been selected by the Indian Dairy Association West Zone as the recipient of the Best Women Dairy Farmer Award 2024 in recognition of her contribution to the growth and the development of the Indian dairy sector. She has been a committee member of a district dairy cooperative and has been pouring milk for over the last 22 years. The Best Women Award is now bestowed on her. Srimati Kuldip Kaur. Srimati Kuldip Kaur has been selected by the Indian Dairy Association as the North Zone as the recipient of the Best Women Dairy Farmer Award 2024 in recognition of her contribution to the growth and development of the Indian dairy sector. She operates a high-tech dairy farm and has earned rupees 1.15 crore during the previous year. On behalf of her, her daughter will receive the award. Srimati Seema Devi. Srimati Seema Devi belongs to the village of Ranchi district of Jharkhand. In spite of suffering from cancer, she continued her dairy activities and is on date maintaining a well-kept dairy farm. She serves as an inspiration for many women in her state, and with her untiring efforts, she has gained respect in the society. The Best Women Dairy Farmer Award is now presented The Best Women Dairy Farmer Award is now bestowed on Srimati Seema Devi. We congratulate all the awardees, wishing them great success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rothi. Can we hear a huge round of applause for all the award winners, please? And now is the time, ladies and gentlemen, I call upon the Honorable Chief Guest, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Telangana, Shri Mallu Batti Vikramarka Garu, to come over and address the gathering. Sir, hearty welcome to you.
Thank you.
dignitaries on the dais, respected dignitaries of the dais, my farming community, and the CEOs from various parts of this country, who all of them have gathered here. I welcome, wholeheartedly welcome to Hyderabad, the capital city of Telangana, on behalf of the entire government. Indian Dairy Association is a proud association as far as the Indian community is concerned. All our economy, from the days of the civilization, started from the agriculture, and dairy is inseparable from the agriculture sector. It is the oldest occupation, but unfortunately it is not something like an organized sector. In Telugu, not only in Telugu, in our country and our culture, పాలు పొంగిచ్చండి, శుభం పొందండి, లాభం పొందండి. So wherever there is a milk production, there is a wealth. So it has become a part of our culture. As far as Telangana is concerned, ours is also largest agriculture economy. And we have been encouraging the dairy industry. And as you all aware that 70% of the dairy industry labor is mostly from the women sector. We have a self-help groups, which is the largest organized sector in this state. We have a support system also by name Indira Krantipatham. Through this IKP, we have been encouraging women in the state to get into more and more dairy industry. I wholeheartedly congratulate for celebrating Platinum Jubilee 75 years of our organization and welcoming wholeheartedly also to celebrate in this city of pearls and city of love also. You know, the other name of Hyderabad is Bhagyanagar, which has come from a beautiful love story of Hyderabad, the then Kulik Qutub Shahis and Bhagamati. The city is known for warmth and welcoming many of the cultures, many of the industries, and it wholeheartedly welcomed throughout the world also. As you all aware, milk industry, if we can really encourage it properly, right from the days of the Lal Bahadur Shastri onwards, after, as Prime Minister visiting Anand Bazaar or Amul area, he identified the necessity of encouraging the milk and dairy industry. That's how Professor Kurianji has been identified and asked to improve the dairy industry, and which has led to the white revolution in this country. Green revolution and white revolution has become possible in this country with the visionary leaders like the then Prime Ministers, Srimati Indira Ji and Lal Bahadur Shastri Ji, and so on. We need the visionary leaders and the proper planning to have this kind of industry to grow more and more. I read somewhere in the world, Netherlands, which is the country which really encourages more and more on dairy products. The large consumption of milk products with nutritious values made the man or the population to grow tall. The tallest people of the world is from the Netherlands, and one study in Jack Canadian citizen Baclos Mill, in his study he said it is because of the milk consumption the Netherlands people are, the tall and energetic, the population of the country. So I feel the milk production and consumption is also equally important for any population and civilization to grow very healthy and economically also very strong. So as far as the Telangana government is concerned, we are equally concerned encouraging the agriculture sector and dependent sector of the dairy industry. This year budget also we have increased more budget for the agro sector and animal husbandry and other dairy products also. I request the organized sector, particularly private and the government sectors, also to concentrate more and more to bring the unorganized sector of the 60% of unorganized sector of the dairy industry into organized sector, so that the entire industry can become a more viable and it can compete the other world, the parts of the countries. For that, the Telangana government is committed, and we are also very seriously thinking of giving all kinds of support from the government side. On the same lines like Amul industry, which is there in Gujarat, we are also thinking on the same lines to establish one industries all over the parts of Telangana. And Telangana is also thinking of going for a regional ring road, triple R ring road all over the state, by which all along the triple R we wanted to establish various different clusters, where one even dairy industry cluster also we are planning one among them. So I really appreciate the people who all have showing interest in this dairy industry can come to Telangana, state of Telangana, and take the part of dairy industry and its growth. And once again, I welcome all the participants who all have come all over the country, and my farming community, and my brothers and sisters, those who have been contributing for the production of the milk and byproducts of the milk. Thank you once again, and I wish you all the success. And these 3 days, your confidence, I wholeheartedly, on behalf of the government and my Chief Minister, Mr. Revant Reddy, also is supposed to come to this meeting, but because of our Prime Minister's visit to the state, he had been to that program, and I have been delegated to attend this program, and he has particularly asked me to convey his good wishes and regards to this conference to become a very grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I request all of you to kindly take an observation about the Panchakattu of Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, that he is also promoting the Telangana culture with that Panchakattu, and it is a handloom pancha that he is wearing. So can we give a huge round of applause for the man who not only preaches but also leads by example, sir. Thank you very much for promoting the culture. Thank you. Thank you. And I'd like now to take honor in inviting the guest of honor, Honorable Agriculture Minister, Government of Telangana, Sri Tummala Nageshwarrao Garu. Also 3 times Minister, sir. Hari Hari, welcome to you. It's a pleasure having you with us. 5 times, yeah. Sorry. Hari, welcome, sir.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. చాలా కాలం తర్వాత, సుమారు 35 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత ఈ యొక్క అకేషన్ మళ్ళీ తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో హైదరాబాద్లో జరగటం అందరికీ సంతోషం. ముఖ్యంగా గౌరవనీయులు ముఖ్య అతిథి మిత్రులు బట్టి గారికి, అదేవిధంగా ఆహుతులందరికీ, వేదిక మీద ఉన్నటువంటి పెద్దలందరికీ, మిత్రులందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారం. హరిత విప్లవ పితామహుడు కురియన్ గారిని స్మరించుకుంటూ, ఈ శ్వేత విప్లవానికి ప్రధాన కారకులు కురియన్ గారి యొక్క దీవెనలు మనందరికీ ఉండాలని, అదేవిధంగా వ్యవసాయ ఆధారితమైనటువంటి ఈ దేశం, ఈ రాష్ట్రం అనుబంధ సంఘాలైనటువంటి ఈ డైరీ ప్రధాన పాత్ర పోషించడమే కాకుండా భారత ఎకానమీలో వ్యవసాయానికి అనుబంధంగా డైరీ కూడా ప్రధాన పాత్ర పోషించటం, ముఖ్యంగా దీంట్లో భారత మహిళలు, ముఖ్యంగా దక్షిణ భారత మహిళలు దానికి దోహదపడటం, గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రతి స్త్రీ కూడా ఈరోజు ఈ యొక్క పాల ఉత్పత్తి మీదనే వాళ్ళ కుటుంబ పోషణతో పాటు భారత ప్రజలను కూడా పోషించుకునే స్థాయికి ఈనాడు మన మహిళా శక్తి పనిచేస్తూ ఉంది, కష్టపడతా ఉంది. ఈ భారత జాతి పురోభివృద్ధిలో ఈ యొక్క సంస్థ వ్యవస్థ ఇంకా ముందుకు సాగాలని మా బట్టి గారు చాలా రోజులుగా ఆయన నియోజకవర్గానికి ఈ యొక్క సంప్రదాయాన్ని, సంస్కృతిని తీసుకురావటం కోసం ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నారు. గతంలో ప్రతిపక్ష నాయకుడిగా, శాసనసభ్యుడిగా, శాసన మండలి సభ్యుడిగా ఆయన ప్రయత్నం, ఈనాడు డిప్యూటీ చీఫ్ మినిస్టర్గా, ఆర్థిక మంత్రిగా ఈ రాష్ట్రం యావత్తు ఆ సిస్టాన్ని ప్రయోగించి ప్రతి మహిళకి కనీసం ఇంటికొక ఆవు, ఇంటికొక పశువు ఆ స్కీములో ఈనాడు మన డిమాండ్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంది, సప్లై తక్కువగా ఉంది. తెలంగాణ ప్రజలు వాడకానికి తగ్గట్టుగా పాల ఉత్పత్తి లేదు. కాబట్టి దయచేసి ఈ ప్రభుత్వంలో రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారి నాయకత్వంలో మా ఆర్థిక మంత్రి యొక్క ఆశీస్సులతోటి ఈ యొక్క రంగం ముందుకు పోయేదానికి నాకు తెలిసి గత కొద్ది రోజులుగా డౌన్ఫాల్లో ఉంది. అదర్ సిన్హాజీ, మీరు కూడా చాలా రోజులుగా ఈ వ్యవస్థలో ఉన్నారు. కాబట్టి దయచేసి నా కోరిక, మన రాష్ట్రం ముందంజలో ఉండాలి, నెంబర్ 1గా ఉండాలి. దానికి తగ్గటువంటి ప్రణాళిక మా ప్రణాళిక మంత్రి బట్టి గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో జరుగుతుందనే విశ్వాసం. నా వ్యవసాయానికి అనుబంధంగా ఉండేటటువంటి రంగం జగదీప్యమానంగా ఉంటేనే తెలంగాణ అభివృద్ధిలో మనం భాగం పంచుకున్న వాళ్ళం అవుతాం. అదేవిధంగా భారత జాతికి తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం ఒక దిక్చూసిగా ఉండేటట్టుగా ఈ ఉన్నటువంటి వ్యవస్థలో ప్రైవేట్ రంగంలో ఉన్నటువంటి సంస్థలు ముందుకెళ్తున్నాయి, ప్రభుత్వ రంగంలో సంస్థలు అంత ముందుకెళ్ళట్లేదు. రాజేశ్వరరావు గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో నాకు తెలిసి గత 6-7 సంవత్సరాలుగా ఆయన కృషి ఫలితంగా కరీంనగర్ చాలా బాగా జరుగుతుంది. అన్ని జిల్లాల్లో కూడా అదే పద్ధతిలో కొనసాగాలి. ప్రైవేటు సంస్థలకు ధీటుగా పబ్లిక్ రంగ సంస్థలు కూడా ముందుకెళ్ళి ప్రతి ఒక్క ఇంటిలో పశువు ఉండేటట్టుగా దానికి తగ్గట్టుగట్టు ఆర్థికపరమైనటువంటి స్వావలంబనం క్రియేట్ చేసేటట్టుగా పాలకులు, అదేవిధంగా ప్రభుత్వ ఉద్యోగస్తులు, అదేవిధంగా ప్రైవేట్ కంపెనీలు కూడా వాళ్ళకి దోహదపడి ఈ రంగాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లేదానికి ఈ యొక్క కాన్ఫరెన్స్ ఉపయోగపడుద్దని, ఈ కాన్ఫరెన్స్కి ముందుకొచ్చినటువంటి దొడ్ల, హెరిటేజ్, జెర్సీ, తిరుమల అన్ని సంస్థలను కూడా ఈ ప్రభుత్వం సంపూర్ణమైనటువంటి సహకారం అందిస్తూ మీ అందరి వల్ల తెలంగాణ రైతాంగ బిడ్డలు, ముఖ్యంగా మహిళలు అందరికీ ఈ యొక్క స్వావలంబన రావాలని చెప్పి ప్రార్థిస్తూ కోరుకుంటూ సెలవు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
సార్ అలాగే మిమ్మల్ని ఒకసారి ఉండాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాము. ఒకసారి మీ చేతుల మీద కాఫీ టేబుల్ రిలీజ్ ఉంది సార్. ఒక నిమిషం. For the coffee table book, which is an encyclopedia of the dairy industry conferences so far conducted since 1964, requesting Dr. Satish Kulkarni sir, Dr. Surendranath, Dr. Balasubramaniam and Dr. Subhash, who created this memorable book to facilitate release of the coffee table book on the hands of Honorable Agriculture Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, now you are witnessing the grand release of the coffee table on the hands of the guest of honor, Honorable Agriculture Minister, Government of Telangana, Sri Tummala Nageshwar Rao Garu. And this calls for one more auspicious moment here. What an occasion it is in the 50th Dairy Industry Conference to see the coffee table book. Thank you very much. Can I request all of you to put both your hands together in giving the loudest cheer and loudest applauses for the launch, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to once again thank Dr. Satish Kulkarni, Dr. Surendranath, Dr. Balasubramaniam and Dr. Subhash for creating this memorable book that is a journal of the entire dairy industry conference since the year 1964. What a proud moment it is, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we just finished with the awards, but one of our awardee isn't here, but we would like to take his name and congratulate. I'd like to congratulate Dr. Rahul Saxena for the Fellowship Award 2024. He couldn't be here with us, but we would like to take this occasion to recognize him. And now is the time, ladies and gentlemen, for an important element, which is the keynote address. Dr. Minesh Shah, who is the chairman of National Dairy Development Board, Chairman of Institute of Rural Management, Anand, Chairman of Indian Immunologicals, Hyderabad, and Chairman of Mother Dairy, New Delhi, to present us his keynote address. Sir, hearty welcome to you.
Good morning, namaskaram, namaskar to all of you. Honorable Sri Mallu Batti Vikramarka ji, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Telangana, Honorable Sri T. Nageshwar Rao ji, Honorable Agriculture Minister of Government of Telangana, Mr. Cristiano Brazale, President International Dairy Federation, Dr. R.S. Sodi, President of Indian Dairy Association, Sri Adar Sinha ji, Special Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, Srimati Lakshmi ji, MD of Telangana Federation, all my friends, Dr. Dheer Singh, Director NDRI, Sri C.P. Charles, Secretary General, Dr. Satish Kulkarni ji, Chairman of IDA South Zone, Sri Rajeshwara Rao, Chairman IDA Telangana Chapter, our Lifetime Achievement Awardee, Sri R.G. Chandramogan ji, Dr. R.P. Aneja, the former Secretary and Managing Director of NDDB, all the chairmen and MDs and CEOs of milk cooperatives and the milk companies of the country, members of DIC organizing committee, speakers, exhibitors, sponsors, distinguished guests, and delegates of the dairy fraternity, farmers, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a matter of great pride that this year's Dairy Industry Conference is being held in Hyderabad, and it also marks the 50th edition of India's biggest annual Dairy Industry Conference. We have seen that each edition has surpassed the last gathering, and I must congratulate IDA for achieving this success. I wish that the next 50 editions will be even more remarkable and impressive, and the Dairy Industry Conference earns the crown of being one of the most coveted dairy industry conference as India positions itself to become the dairy to the world. It also gives me immense pleasure to stand before you and have this opportunity to deliver the keynote address. The theme is Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the 50th Dairy Industry Conference in Hyderabad. And, we have seen that Indian Dairy Association must have carefully considered many themes for this year's DIC. But the theme chosen, that is, a complete consonance with the current time. It can be argued that innovation drives the entrepreneurship. And it is equally true that entrepreneurship also fosters the innovation. So the most important aspect of both innovation and entrepreneurship is that both result in solutions to the contemporary challenges, which ultimately helps the sector grow, thereby maximizing the income of the farmers, million of dairy farmers, for which we all have been working tirelessly. While the entrepreneurship, innovation, and startups are all the buzzwords today, I can confidently say that our dairy farmers have been the true entrepreneurs. And with the support of qualified professionals and also the visionary leaders, they established startups in the form of dairy cooperatives that have stood the test of time. The defining characteristics of any entrepreneurial venture is the risk that entails the activity and a hope for profits. Is it not true that the farmers are the biggest risk takers in our country? So many factors that are out of their own control, which impact directly their activities, their products, their income, we have seen year after year. And innovation and entrepreneurship, they were introduced in the dairy sector way ahead of time. All our endeavors have been undertaken by keeping the farmers at the central stage. And if we recall the Operation Flood, launched in 1970, which led to socio-economic development of dairy farmers by placing control of the resources they created in their own hands. The bedrock of Operation Flood was Village Milk Producers Cooperative, which procured milk and provided inputs and services required for the farmers, making modern management and technology also available to the farmers. It is the remarkable realization for a country that has over 1.3 billion people to transform from a milk deficit nation to today becoming Atmanirbhar and also emerging as the world's largest milk producing nation. This saga continues, and the milk production has increased threefold in little over 2 decades. It has reached 231 million metric tons in 2022-23. And we are growing at a compounded annual growth rate of almost 6%, almost triple of the world's average growth. And as the earlier speakers told, we are almost producing 25% of the global milk production. And similarly, if you see the per capita milk availability, it's almost 460 grams per day if we take the 2022-23 figure, which is perhaps way above the world average of 310 grams per day. So as I had said during the last year's DIC also, we are at the cusp of a great transformation to become the dairy to the world. And the time is as opportune as ever for India to take this rightful place in the global dairy arena. If we see some of the unique feature of our dairying, we have seen the small dairy farmers, helping us to become the largest milk producer. The Indian dairy cooperatives have been able to establish one of the most efficient supply chains in the world. We are ensuring that almost 75 to 80% of the consumer rupee is going back to the farmers. And this is the, I think, perhaps highest in the global milk supply chains, and also highest among all other agriculture commodities if we see in our country. And thus the dairy cooperatives have ensured that dairying remains as an attractive and also the remunerative livelihood option. And it's a profession for their choice. And the farmers continue to get a steady stream of income. They are, even in the uncertain climatic conditions, we have seen that dairying acts as, as the insurance. So when they don't get the enough income from the agriculture crops, at least dairying takes care of their, the important activities like roti, kapda and makan. And I think this has, motivated more and more agriculture farmers to shift towards dairying, and we are seeing this shift in most of the states in the country. If you see the cooperative dairy structure, they have been built very, very painstakingly, and as a result, we have the robustness, which has, also stood during the test of time. And in the past 6 or 7 decades, we have seen that it had the impact on the socio-economic empowerment in the rural areas, and also, it is the best tool for the women empowerment we have seen in the country. The small-scale dairying model is also, I think, the most sustainable. If you see, it does not compete with the other resources. Milch animals are mostly fed on agriculture byproducts or the crop residues, and also the excesses from our kitchen. And from a nation in the milk deficit to the present, the success of this extraordinary transformation can be attributed to the presence of, inter alia, 3 major factors. So our dairy farmers and professionals, resilient institutional structures, and enabling policy environment provided by the successive governments. And we have seen that, recognizing the importance of the sector, the Government of India first formed the, a separate ministry for the fisheries, animal husbandry and dairying in May 2019, and which is now followed by a creation of another ministry, Ministry of Cooperation, in July 21. And both these ministries are now taking appropriately the call of Sahakar Se Samruddhi, and these steps are bringing the animal husbandry sector and the cooperatives into the central of national policies, which will have multifarious benefits going forward. And the sector is also playing a pivotal role in strengthening the, the main pillars which are identified by the government, which are youth, women, poor farmers, and the rural sector, on which, the magnificent moment of developed and India can rest. All the 4 pillars have been, I think, addressed suitably by the dairying sector, and it is providing the required remuneration to the farmers. Our Honorable Finance Minister in this year's budget, she has also announced a comprehensive program for supporting the dairy farmers, and this is a very, very welcome step, and we will work shoulder to shoulder with the government for betterment of our dairy farmers. The prospects of dairy farmer today, I think Dr. Sodhi also mentioned, they are far more better than ever before, and the rapid developments which are happening in this sector, it gives fantastic opportunity to all of us, to be active partner and see, the growth story which has for the sector. Some of the areas where we are working now and which we should focus, first is the improving productivity of animals. I think unless we improve the productivity of our animals, it will be very difficult going forward to continue provide remunerative income to the farmers. And we have been working on various innovative approaches for making the dairying efficient and sustainable proposition. We are working on the progeny testing and PS programs. We are working on the genotyping chips. We have developed Indus chip for the cattle, and also Bob chip, first time in the world, genomic chip for the buffaloes. We are working a large scale on the IVF and DT. So embryo production has now reached the farmers. We are also taking the genomic chip which is developed at the farmer's doorstep. We are working on sex-sorted semen. Establishment of breed multiplication farm is the another initiative of the Government of India under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission. And all these initiatives, combined initiatives which will improve the breeding aspect of the cattle, and we are sure that it will help us in improving the productivity of animal. We are also working on different feed formulation, different nutritional aspects of the cattle, and different types of silage making, even from the wastage of fruits and vegetables. Why can't we produce silage? And we are working on ready-to-use TMR, for example. All these new approaches in feeding also are likely to improve the productivity of the animal. Another area where I think we all have to work is enhancing the share of value-added dairy products. We have seen that almost 60-65% of the milk we procure is sold as liquid milk, where the margin for the cooperatives or the private players is very limited, and therefore we are unable to give a large share of the same to the farmers. If we are focusing on the value-added dairy products, we will get better share from the value-added products, and larger share can be passed on to the producer. So my request is to please enhance the share of value-added dairy products wherever you are involved, and they will surely generate higher margin than the liquid cooperative, and we will be able to provide better returns to the farmer. Another thing which I think Honorable Deputy Chief Minister also suggested was to increase the share of the organized sector. So today also almost 50-60% of the sector is with the unorganized sector, and both the privates and cooperative dairy sector have to see that how can we increase more and more share of the organized sector in the total market that we handle, and that will also allow us to increase our share in the world dairy trade. As I told that in the next maybe decade, today we are 1/4 of the milk producer, global milk producer. Maybe we will become 1/3 of the global milk producer in another 7-8 years. And that will be the time when, if we have to continue good share of consumer rupee to producer, I think that will be again time to see the markets beyond India. And that is one more area I think the government also is working, and DDB is also working with the Government of India to see that some of the challenges which we have now in export of milk and milk products, how we can take care of those challenges like non-tariff measures. There is unattractive prices for our products, prevalence of FMD, various sanitary and phytosanitary measures, and all these challenges are being now discussed at the government level, and with the I think setup of a National Cooperative Exports Limited, we will be able to take help of the multi-state cooperative also, and the governments, both the central and state governments, to see that we can have a larger share in the export of milk and milk products. Another area where we are working now is ensuring the quality fodder seeds to the farmers, and to that, to support it, we have formed a multi-state cooperative called Bharatiya Bij Sahakari Samiti Limited. It will work the entire value chain of the seeds. So we will procure the seeds from the farmers, those who have the surplus land. These seeds procured will be processed, truthfully certified, and given to the other farmers who are unable to produce the seeds. And this is the way I think we will be able to provide better seeds to the farmer, which will help us to improve the productivity of fodder and thereby the productivity of milk. Uh, Last area which I would like to highlight is use of digitization or use of ICT in the entire value chain of dairying. I think a lot of innovations are happening. A lot of startups also have come in this area, and all of us have to see that how we all together make use of this digital revaluation which is happening, and we can improve our efficiencies, we can improve our value chain. As we mentioned, I think the ENAF, which was initiated as just a database at NDDB level for the progeny testing program, is now accepted by the Government of India, and it is converted into a National Digital Livestock Mission database. And out of the 30 crore animals, we have more than 28.5 crore animals already covered in the portal. So all the services which we are providing to animals, all the data related to the owner of the animals, the traceability of milk and milk products. So these are various aspects which we are going to cover with the NDLM database. Day before yesterday, Honorable Prime Minister has already launched this database, and we hope that going forward, this digitization initiative of Government of India and NDDB will further help us in building the end-to-end traceability and thereby again taking some share in the world dairy trade. Last thing I think which I would like to focus is the sustainability in this sector. Because we are the largest producer of the milk, we also have the largest number of animals. As you all know, animals emit methane, which is a greenhouse gas and which spoils the ozone layer. So it's all our combined responsibility that while we are working on productivity, while we are working on improving the milk production and the products, it's also important that we adopt the sustainable ways and try to reduce the methane emission by various measures. So ration balancing program is one way by which you can reduce the emission by 15%. You can also use some of the feed additives which are now available to reduce the methane emission from the cattle. You can handle the manure in a better way, because we have seen that manure we have seen it is being used as both fuel and fertilizer. So can we use the manure for fuel, manure for fertilizer? And to that aspect, we are promoting small-scale biogas plant at the farmer's backyard on a large scale. We have set up almost 22,000 biogas plants at the farmer's level, which is a decentralized model. On the centralized aspect, we have set up a 100 metric ton per day dung plant, which produces 4,000 cubic meter of biogas. And that biogas we are directly using for the operation of boiler in the dairy plant, and we are able to process 2 lakh liter of milk every day. So all our requirement of thermal energy, maybe electrical energy, can be made available from the dung, and which provides better income to farmers. We are able to save the environment, and also we are able to save money in the processing. So it's a win-win-win for all of us, and I request all of you that whatever areas we are working, how we will be able to make our dairy sector sustainable going forward, and we will be able to meet the net zero dairying target by 2050. Concludingly, I will say that NDDB has always been at the forefront of nurturing the innovation and propagating the entrepreneurial spirit. We will continue to spearhead the sector towards sustainability through innovation and entrepreneurship. In recent years, we have seen the winds of change, which is sweeping Indian dairy sector, driven by the technological advancements and innovative practices, which are reshaping this sector, propelling into a new area of sustainability, efficiency, and prosperity. And I'm confident that this magnificent conglomeration of government support, cooperative dairies, private dairies, and the entrepreneurs will surely drive Indian dairying into a new area of growth and sustainability. And this will certainly help us achieve a goal of becoming dairy to the world. as we gear up for this transformation, let us also commit ourselves to ensure that these benefits of this revaluation reach every corner of our great nation and ultimately benefit the dairy farmers. Together we can build a future where Indian dairying not only meets the needs of the nation, but also of the world. Before I say thank you, we would like to take this opportunity to announce the hosting of first ever regional dairy conference is of Asia Pacific 2024 of International Dairy Federation. We have the International Dairy Federation President here. May I also invite you? We will just take a second to announce. So this Regional Dairy Conference, Asia Pacific 24 of IDF, will be held during 12 and 14 June at Kochi, Kerala. We are expecting a large number of delegates from the Asia Pacific countries like Japan, Korea, China, Sri Lanka, Middle East, Nepal, Australia, New Zealand, and other parts of the world as well. And theme of this conference will revolve around innovations in the dairy sector with the focus on farmers. So we expect the experts from FAO, IDF, WOA, ILRI, and other international organizations will deliberate and share their experiences with focus on development of the dairy sector. I request all of you, because this is the opportunity we may not get again, we request all of you to participate in this regional conference. It will provide ample opportunities for the cross-learning to take the dairy sector in our region forward. Thank you very much, and we will have a small video showcasing the launch of the dairy conference. Thank you.
Milk is a vital source of nutrition and livelihood for millions worldwide, symbolizing prosperity and the enduring link between humans and agriculture. In dairying, women are asserting their role as decision makers, blending modern techniques with traditional wisdom. With a staggering figure of 450 million tons, the Asia-Pacific region contributes almost 50% of the global milk production, of which over 50% is produced in India. In 2022, India successfully hosted the IDF World Dairy Summit at Delhi, which was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. Now it is only very apt that India is hosting the first IDF Regional Dairy Conference Asia Pacific 2024 during 12 to 14 June 2024 at the Grand Hyatt in Kochi, Kerala, India. Focusing on the theme Farmer-Centric Innovations in Dairying, this conference promises deeper insights into sustainable dairy farming. The conference will feature a grand inauguration, informative technical sessions, and diverse participation from CEOs, employees, farmers, suppliers, academicians, government representatives, and policymakers. The multi-stakeholder platform will facilitate discussions on key issues in science, technology, and innovation. An exhibition will showcase the latest technologies, while cultural events and tours will enhance the overall conference experience. Welcome to India.
Thank you very much. And now I request the Secretary General, CP Charles, sir, to step over to present the mementos.
Dear friends, it is our duty to honor the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and also the Agriculture Minister. I now request Dr. R.S. Sodhi, President of IDA, to honor the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister with a memento.